Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hi. Thank you so much for your patience as we get things settled and get everything situated here. Hi. Well, it's time. There's a hype train in building. Hey, QB. Thank you all so much for contributing to the hype train. As always, I have no idea what it means, but I'm always super excited to see it. Which is kind of me in a nutshell. Hi. Mood. Hi, we've got a few announcements before we get started with tonight's game. We have a Discord. Please come hang out there. You never know when the people you'll meet and the cool experiences that you'll be a part of. You could be watching the show one week and then sitting in the studio with your friend having flown a great distance. So it's amazing the things that happen here on Indigo Chameleon. So we're
People
always...
are offering to send you frosty covered chips.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited.
I want to go to there. We have our very, very good Every Mags, who I think offered to send us some amazing frosty chips.
It's chips like coated in frosting.
Yeah.
But like mass produced.
Yes, Every Mags. I will send you a private message tonight, and we'll set that up. We also have a merch store. You can get cool merch from the merch store that has our good Karma, the non-binary serpent goddess, to represent the brand. And upcoming schedule for this week. You can see a lot of these amazing people doing the cool stuff that we do here. That was very good. Let's see. Upcoming schedule for this week. Today is Strahd Sux, our irreverent romp through Barovia. We are in Strahd Sux, A New Hope. Because this is leading up until Endgame with the Vampire Strikes Back and Return of the Strahd Sux crew. I don't know. We're workshopping it. So we've got 3 episodes.
Return of the Slap.
Return of the Slap. You just got slapped. So tune in.
Glad we used that last.
Wednesday is going to be our game Unbroken Veil, New Orleans. Oof, we've canceled a few times on those wonderful players. So please tune in for that for fun shenanigans. Thursday we go back to the Witchlight Carnival with some more fun with Mother of Cats, and then Sunday as always the Strahd Sux. Not only do we have Strahd Sux going on and cool stuff, but you can also catch up on the cool stuff that our players do. Players like Cat. Cat, hi. Where can people check out the cool stuff that you're doing?
You can check me out on Marquee Artery Productions, where I do interactive horror shows where you pay me to stalk you. It's great. It's my favorite activity. You can also...
Emotional damage.
I say this every week.
Yeah, it's true.
I give you plenty of warning. I give you a safe word. It's fine.
It's true.
You can also... 4 years. Ryan pays me every week. It's continuous. It's the advanced package.
It's a subscription. Yes,
Exactly.
please tune in to the cool
and
stuff.
then I play Vampire the Masquerade and Rep RPG on Fridays, and then starting in 2 weeks, I will be running a game on Sunday mornings for the Wonder Home system.
Nice.
We're all going to be cute animals.
No, yes.
I'm also learning the Call of Cthulhu system. We'll see where that happens. I'm very
You didn't
excited.
have enough.
I didn't have enough to do. I just have to keep doing more things.
Nice. Speaking of good things, Brian helps facilitate that good oral, so that you can listen to the good D&D stuff that he does.
It's funnier every time he says it.
It does. Ryan, where can people check out the cool stuff that you do?
You can find Justin Jacinto on Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Come find us. Come listen. I got no pitch this week, so.
No, that's.
We've been down for a couple weeks because of things, so we should be up and running this weekend.
Things and things.
Stuff
yeah.
and things.
The stuff and
Stuff and
things. Cool.
Fringe.
Fringe. Hi, Cass.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm exhausted in a good way.
That is the best way to be. Where can people check out the cool stuff that you do?
Y'all can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Cassandra Cosplays.
It's pretty great. Please check out
the sound effects. I love it.
I love it. So please go check out the cool cosplays that our good Cass is doing. I think that's it for announcements. I think that's it for upcoming stuff here on the channel. If you're part of Denver, if you're in the Denver area, we're going to be performing some Dungeons and Dragons at Denver, and I'm really excited. We are working on, and I'm happy to announce here because it's pretty official, that we are going to be partnering up with Meow Wolf when we go to Denver. I shot my shot and it hit. I didn't think it would hit, but we're going to be working very closely with Meow Wolf and their conversion station there. So the Indigo Chameleon crew is running with a cool crowd over there. So thank you Meow Wolf for hanging out with us. So it's going to be a good time. So I think that's it for announcements. Hey, thanks. All right, heroes. When last we left the Strahd Sux crew, you had a battle of the bands of all of Barovia. In one fell swoop, you killed a bunch of my NPCs in a rockin' good contest of...
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's way less work for me. Not only that, but anyone that you didn't kill, the NPCs killed just for fun. So after a raging rock battle where Connie took a bit of a vacation for the time, he had his good buddy Sid kind of driving the car. But after the events that took place, the group bandied together and worked very hard and were able to kill Strahd in a glorious crashing of a stage on top of a dragon that was aflame that crashed into him, and seemingly the battle of the bands of Barovia was over until manifesting in the space. The Bad Penny, the one that keeps popping up, much like the love bugs here in Florida, Strahd showed up holding a struggling Cheshire. Cheshire was then dispatched, and Strahd was able to pinpoint exactly how you all had been able to come back. By eliminating Cheshire in this moment, or seemingly eliminating Cheshire in this moment, you were able, your return back from the brink of death seems to have been cut off, and that is immediately where we are picking up.
Cheshire can't die.
Cheshire's body is sort of unceremoniously tossed to the ground in front of you, and Strahd looks at all of you with a fire in his eyes, an unmitigated hatred. Within the ruins of this crashed stage and dragon, the slap mark still firmly affixed to his cheek as he looks over at you all. And as that happens, his small pocket watch that he has gives off a small alarm on it. And he looks down at the pocket watch and he goes, 1 week. I'll be seeing you soon, I'm sure. And turns around, turns into a bunch of bats. I freaking love Halloween. And flies off into the air. Heroes, many great concerts all throughout history, people are confused but entertained. Many of the denizens of Barovia are sort of walking away with looks of horror and confusion as to what exactly happened and things of that sort. No one saw that. That was passed without a trace. You're fine. With all of that happening, all of these individuals sort of move about the space. Archie, your good owl buddy, flies up and goes and lets you know that you all have won the Battle of the Bands. And there was no ghost.
Okay, sorry.
They were roommates. Oh my God, they were roommates. And
Ghost roommates, nice characters.
Because of that, you all have access to the concert's Lost and Found bin. This is not the DM rewarding you for your hard-earned rock and rolling and things of that sort. So you're all able to scour the lost contents of the Lost and Found here at this gigantic festival, where I'm sure many a numerous magical item has been tossed or discarded. Probably very rare magical items or above that seem to have been misplaced here with small little additions, because this is Strahd Sux. This isn't just a regular game of Strahd, Curse of Strahd. So heroes, what do we go and dig up from the Lost and Found bin? Does anyone want to start?
I know what Euphoria finds.
Yes, what do you find, Euphoria?
Euphoria finds some paints. They're marvelous paints. I shouldn't say paints. Marvelous pigments.
You find a paint kit, Ophelia, and this paint kit is affixed into the most gaudy, glittery Lisa Frank craft set you've ever seen in your life. Dolphins jumping out of clear blue waters into a rainbow sky. This paint kit is marvelous indeed, and might allow an individual, a chaotic individual no less, to paint the world as they see it, causing things to burst into reality as they do. So yeah, that is the first item.
Super excited.
Yep,
See shades
absolutely.
of green and shades of green. Shades of green.
There's a goblin army. What else are we finding?
Connie would look for any books that he might be able to find a book.
Honey, you indeed,
Smarter.
you indeed find a book, and it's written by a wizard by the name of Nyx. And it says how to succeed in wizarding without really trying. But it is a tome that if anyone else were to read it would be the most boring tome in the history of the world. Like it's got 3 different appendices, in them. A table of contents that folds out of the book. You know what I mean, and then folds back in. Everything is referenced, and there are notes written in the margin, and then there's even more notes to reference the notes written in the margin. It is a good time, buddy.
We lose Connie for another week.
But as you begin to read the book, you realize that this particular book, upon devouring it, like any good book, adds a little something to your soul and will increase your intelligence by 2.
Makes me smarter.
It makes you smarter, as all books do.
Are you over?
Used to read.
Yeah, you are.
You are now the smartest boy in the world. These books allow you to bump your stats past the maximum of 20, another 2. So he is the smartest boy.
Plus 6 to intelligence? Heck yeah.
And if anybody were to see Connie in the middle of the night, he would see that table of contents just folded out. Fold it back in. What else are we finding in the Lost and Found?
Pyre found the Rotor of Return.
Absolutely. What does a rotor look like?
So, what does it look like?
Yeah.
Can I let you do it?
Yeah, I can do this. The rotor looks like a little kid's fishing pole, like my little LIL, like apostrophe fishing pole.
Is it like a fishing pole, or is it one of those magnetic fishing poles?
It's like one of those little magnetic fishing poles and stuff like that. But this Rotor of Return is a very powerful magical item, and actually allows you to borrow items from all of space and time by just thinking of it. As you take the little fishing lure and go, weep, and then pull it back. It's any item that you can think of below 50 gold pieces. You just kind of borrow from space and time. There's a couple of other features associated with it as well. What are the other features?
It also, as an action, you can make your location a point of return locked to the rotor. So anytime thereafter, you can use a bonus action to teleport to the rotor's point of return, as long as you're within 500 feet of that.
Basically, you take that little magnet and you go and put it on the ground wherever you want to return, and you just walk around. Your magical string just kind of sits behind you, and then when you're ready to go back, you hit the button and you reel back to that spot.
I just need you to know, you said any magical item under 50 gold, and I looked over and I saw Indigo's eyes just go wide.
And non-magical item. Non-magical item. Any magic.
Rotor of Return. Got it. Okay.
It's a new.
You need to put that on the Ophelia ban list. This long.
How long is this fight going to be? Cookie. Another cookie.
How many times can you use it per day?
To get the item?
Is it unlimited?
No.
Oh, man.
No, you can only use it until the next dawn.
Only once per day?
I don't
You just
think
stand
that's
next to me and you can
for
always use it.
all
That's what it
the
says.
For certain features.
Jar of cookies?
Thank you.
Once you use
I'm
this
glad you
feature,
heard my joke.
it cannot be used again until the next dawn.
Yeah.
Right,
Once
so
per day. All right.
So
you
a
have
box
noodles.
of. Do you know how many cookies 50 gold
Case
would
of
buy?
That's a
cookies?
lot.
You could buy a barrel of cookies. I would like a liter of cola. You can buy a box of cookies.
Liter of cola.
Liter of cola.
Barrel.
Jar of cookies. Yeah. So, all sorts of fun stuff there. So, pigments, book.
Popcorn machine from the movie theater.
Oh my god. Little
But it's just empty.
Strahd takes 4 oil damage.
We cover them in oil. We set them on fire. That's the plan, guys. Write it down.
I like that one.
Don goes up to the box and he looks at it and he kind of like tilts his head for a second and like very much confusion, and then leans down and picks up this giant golden mace. And he's just very confused for a second and like is looking it over and is like, "This is my mom's."
We have all had a moment in our adult lives where we learned that our parents did young people things. Dawn picks up this hammer and I was like, "Oh, this is my mom's at a festival lost and found." Did my mom party? We've all had that moment, and as D&D is a reflection of life, you're like, my mom was kind of a badass.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker moment. Like, yeah, this is my weapon. It killed a lot of kids with it. Like,
No, my mother did not kill children.
Wrong Star Wars.
I'm sorry, my bad.
We're 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, perfect.
So it is the Mace of Disruption, which is going to be super fun. I get that extra 2d6 radiant man damages when I hit an undead thing.
Hey!
And if an
Convenient.
undead thing takes a certain amount of damage, or they fail a con save when that undead thing...
If they are 25 hit points or fewer after taking this damage, they must see a DC 15 wisdom saving throw or be destroyed.
They explode.
They explode.
They explode everywhere.
Ow.
As you're all digging through the Lost and Found, finding your cool pigments and your Lisa Frank kits and your cool like Rotors of Return and things of that sort, reading your books, you go digging through the box and find what exactly?
So Maddox goes through the festival pit and he's like, "Well, there's nothing really for me. We got a cool mace over there. You got a cool book over there, and then there's an eyeball."
No.
A la like Guardians of the Galaxy. I need that man's eye.
Yeah.
That man's eye.
But it's got like a yellow pupil. It's cat-like. And Maddox knows exactly what it is.
Mace gets DM inspiration because Mace knows exactly what that eye is. All you had to do was say, "There's an eye," and Mace's like, "Maz, no."
No.
Brian, yes.
AKB knows exactly what that eye is.
Brian, yes. He's going to absolutely go ahead and sock it in the eye.
That's not what I heard. I heard something else.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Just in front of us, you rip out your eye and put in a different eye.
So Maddox doesn't have any eyes.
I didn't know he didn't have
He's just
eyes.
black voids. Like,
I did not know that.
I
missed that note.
Yeah, me too.
yeah. He's got just like these black voids. That's why when he does the detect magic, they go a little more sunken in, because then he can like see everything. But he just pops one in.
Looks like you didn't get some good night's sleep.
Imagine.
As you pop the eye in, you hear a voice inside your head. "Oh, that's where it went to. I swear, it's always the last place you look."
Your dead parties too.
Oh my god. Hell yeah.
Maddox, as you pop the eye into your head, you get the odd sensation of you, one, now having like an eye where there wasn't one before, and the other eye growing back.
Oh.
Because the magic of the Eye of Vecna is a very powerful thing. It allows you to do several things, but the thing is, this is tied directly to Vecna's soul. And there is a chance every time you use the eye or one of its abilities that Vecna could come in, eat Maddox's soul, and basically replace him. So now you all would have 2 bats to go up against. You would have Strahd, and you'd have the Archlich. Vecna.
Like you and
Strahd,
sentient items.
We love
doesn't
this
like-
sort of Damocles we now have.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't
flavors
like
that taste great
Strahd, so you might be fine.
Last character you put on a hook.
But
character you pop an
Vecna
eyeball.
does not want to come back to a dead body.
Yes.
He's done that before. And all of you would watch as Maddox goes from being undead to a human
Oh my god.
needing to eat
Oh.
and sleep and breathe for the first time in a very, very long time, and becomes acutely aware of his surroundings and the voice in his head.
So he's cute?
Is he cute?
Yeah.
I mean, he's gorgeous. I mean, oh, the character? Oh, yeah. I mean, the character's cute,
We
too.
all turned to Billy and
Is he cat? Hang on. I will tell you.
roll for
I'm
cuteness.
going to roll a d20. I'm going to roll a d20, and that's how attractive
Oh god.
Maddox is in human form.
We should all roll.
How attractive are we right now?
Yeah, everybody roll a d20. That's how cute you find Maddox.
Is Don about to find out that he's gay? Maybe. Let's see, friends. What's a 5 now?
4.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, you're not feeling it.
It's fine.
2.
Yeah.
A 15. You
You know
not my
what?
type, but I can appreciate
It's
it.
not bad. You got somebody in your life, but like,
Spoken for. It's
yeah. Kick him out of bed for eating crackers, you know what I mean? He's cute. He's cute. Hang on, I'll roll. Dude, Archie's real into you. Archie's like, you look good.
So we both have like evil people,
Like, no.
Then immediately starts panicking.
There's a newsletter.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Give me on.
It's only me right
Here's my
now.
address.
Here's my
I-
address. It just says where I am.
Do you have a MySpace?
You're in my top 5 now.
Okay. That's great. Thanks.
MySpace is within 5 feet of me.
You got this, Archie. You got more than one friend.
Archie!
And you're Cthulhu being like, what the hell? You're different.
Icky wants to know where Maddox's D20 is.
How attractive are you to yourself?
What do you think of yourself?
Hang on. Can I roll this for you? We should all love ourselves. That's an automatic nat 20. Yeah! In D&D, we craft the ideal world. Yeah. So I'm not going to. It was actually a 3.
You win some, you lose some.
You listen. You take the
I got
good.
the owl. It's fine.
Yeah.
Not the owl.
You spend a little bit of time digging through the lost and found. The fairgrounds are a wreck. All of you are very tired and exhausted from your travel. You see a familiar face in that of Bolt, your good friend from Barovia Beach, the tiki bar at the center of town. And he goes, "Hey guys, that was a real rough battle you guys had. I've got a wagon with some supplies. Why don't I take you back to Barovia Beach? You guys can relax and rest, and it looks like you're getting close to that point where Strahd's not going to let you just walk around for much longer."
What's Barovia Beach?
Same question, ask him for a friend.
Barovia Beach is a tiki bar that I've established here in a town not too far from here. Fruity drinks, great food. We've got wings and stuff like that. If you're interested.
Don starts crying.
It's like, they're good. If you're not into spicy, that's fine too. And he's like,
I haven't had good food in like 9 years.
he goes, Connie, you're gonna like our new bartender. They kind of specialize in the weird, and I had to trade some stuff, but I got you this, pal. And he hands you over this vial and kind of shakes it up. It's clear, but when he shakes it up, it's almost like fluorescent. Like when you go, what is the tide that lights up that we might kayak?
Oh, the
Bioluminescence. It's clear water, but as he shakes it, you see the sparks of light in here. And he goes, "This is going to be able to let you eat and drink, bud, because I know that's something you really missed. I figured it's the least I could do for all the patronage."
Thanks.
Yeah, it's like it's not going to last long, probably about a night, but if you wanted to have a few drinks with your friends.
Do you have donuts?
He goes, "No, but I know a guy. I'll get it situated for you." Okay. All 5 of you, as you're making your way over towards the wagon, and the things are just sort of happening as people are leaving, and you see the stages being deconstructed. The Red Bulls are like, I wasn't even expecting like they're like looking over at the whole huge castle that they built has just been everything is like sort of shattered to pieces.
Exploded dragon everywhere.
Exploded dragon parts everywhere and stuff like that.
Is there anything left of my sister?
I will say give me an investigation check. I'm going to withhold Connie from this as Connie sort of digs through the rubble and things of that sort.
19 plus 10, so 29.
20.
Good.
Good God.
Your sister's been still alive.
You were of the God kind. She's not there, but you see a ring that was somewhat familiar to the two of you and things of that sort. That's there. You realize that vampires. We're going off of Buffy rules here. Mm-hmm. Once a vampire is well and truly sort of they get dusted.
He'll take the ring and put it on his.
Yeah, it's familiar. You know that things went bad, things broke bad a little bit, but in the end, she was your sister. You know what I mean? And she tried to make things right towards the end there. So everyone else, give me a perception check as Connie kind of goes digging through the rubble and things of that sort.
Perception, eh?
Yeah.
That one, I saw nothing.
That one.
Perception.
Nat 20.
That's
2.
20. This is very good for me. 14.
5.
I love you so much. Looks like we made it. You're kind of playing. Everybody's playing with their new toys, except for Opheria.
Oh God.
Opheria, you're just kind of watching, and you're getting a little bored. You're kind of looking at the paints and stuff like that, and your eyes kind of go back to where the nice cat guy was. You spent a lot of time with the cat guy. Probably more so than anybody here. Like you spent a lot of time. And there's an individual wearing a hood. The hood is this beautiful, beautiful purple that looks untarnished by the dirt and the grime of the area. And they come over towards where Chesh is just sort of laying on the ground, and you watch as they lean over. You're seeing them from the back, and they pet the head. Like they take a hand and they just kind of like pet the head and just give it like a little scratch, and as that happens, like Chesh begins to just sort of dissipate into the ground as this individual just sort of like pets the head a little bit. You don't see any of the body because that purple robe is obscuring them, except for the black paw. It is covered in this curly fur hair with white at the center of it. You catch the little bit of that as they're just sort of leaning over, and as they're petting, Cheshire is just sort of dissipating into this fine sort of mist, almost disappearing, turning ethereal, like melting into the ground as the individual pets their head.
Can I get over there?
You can.
Could I pop into invisibility and book it as fast as I can?
Yeah, absolutely. You book it.
Let me make sure I have a slot. Okay.
You go, as Epherias want to do. There's a as Euphoria goes invisible, and you rush over. You see an individual that's sort of leaning over, and the black fur of their face obscures a lot of it, but they have these faint traces of white along the cheeks as tears are coming out of their eyes as they're mourning, but there's this smile as Cheshire begins to disappear and sort of go into the ground. Upon their chest is the symbol of a dodecahedron. I don't know if Etheria would know what that is, but it's just emblazoned on the purple robe on the left. There, this beautiful dodecahedron shape as the individual is there. And just sort of like crying and having this private moment seeing Chesh disappear.
I assume someone powerful enough to be doing this can probably see me anyway. So, a Fury wants to put her hand on Chesh's chest as he's dissipating.
You hear a soft voice of, I never understood him. I tried so hard. The motivations, what pushed him forward. I never quite got it as much as I wanted to. But I think there's individuals in our life where that is always going to be the case, where we can try our hardest, but we'll never quite understand how they were able to be the way they were. He was so free. They were so free. And as much as I've tried, I'm never going to be able to be that free.
What's your name?
I go by many names.
Okay, mine is Euphoria. That's my main one. What's yours?
They lifted their hood back, and as they do, they wipe the tears, their big black paws with the white on it, and as they do, you see the hair pull back, the black fur and things of that sort, and they have the same sort of adjacent to Chesh's eyes, but they're not a cat, they're a dog. And as they pull the hood back like this, the dog face gives you this quiet sort of smile, and she goes, you may call me the director, but my friends know me as Boo.
Oh, God.
She reaches up. She's still invisible, but obviously he can see her. And
she as you reach up, she grabs your hand and sort of puts it on her face.
And she wipes it across a tear and says, "But Chesh will be back. Chesh is a cat, and cats have 9 lives, right?"
Annoyingly, probably so. And she laughs a bit, and she goes, "Yes, he always seems to come back."
Okay, so this is goodbye for now, but I'll see you later.
Goodbye for now. I can almost hear her. If I listen hard enough. And she goes, I like that. Goodbye for now.
Why are you here?
To pay my respects. And I fear I have overstayed my welcome. She goes, but here, I feel bad. I can't meet someone and not sort of, and they take their hand and they take this coin out of their pocket. The backside of the coin is displayed a dodecahedron, and as they take the coin and flip it, you see a picture of a cat that looks exactly like Chesh on the other side of the coin. And she goes and blows it, and as it does, the cat changes into the face of the dog, of Boo, on the other side of the coin. And she goes, here, buy yourself something nice when the time arises. Perhaps some sweets.
Oh, I have a lot of those. Would you like one?
No, thank you.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not organic, probably, so I'm trying to... I'm vegan. Do you know what vegan is?
Me and chocolate.
We try not to eat anything of animal products within them. So I'm sure they're eggs. Maybe take the coin.
Okay. Very much.
And she flips the coin over towards you, and then and gives you a small nod, and looks back at the group as they're sort of preparing, and takes the hood and puts it up over her head, and begins to sort of join the throng of individuals walking off into various.
And Chesh has completely disappeared.
Chesh has disappeared completely, save for like a small like crystal, a small like white crystal that's in the ground. Yeah, you pick it up. Yeah, that's
okay.
on the ground.
A fairy will drop invisibility and run back towards the group.
Yeah, Fairy runs back, and she's holding a little like crystal.
Just love
Probably.
the idea. That's a cool crystal. All right.
Well, see ya. Group, you take a bit of time to hobble into the wagon, unless anybody wants to do anything here at this spot before we head back to Barovia Beach.
I've got 1 HP. I'd like to go chill somewhere.
I'd like to go.
I want to do something in Barovia.
Yeah, absolutely. This is headed towards Barovia. Like, this is headed towards like the city proper and things of that sort. The wagon ride, I will say, goes fairly smoothly. You have like you've got a 6 or 7 hour journey that you can take a.
I'm gonna first do a sending.
Okay.
My sending stone to Chance and just say, Cassidy's gone. We're heading to Barovia Beach. Meet us there in a day or so.
I will already be 5 drinks in. Like.
Nice.
And then he'll read his book.
Yeah. You take a little bit of time.
Connie, do you still have those 2 crystals, the green that we fought the plants and for the wizards and weeds?
Pulls out the heart from the big thing.
The heart from the tree, and you also pull out. We realized when we were about to turn in this quest that Connie had both. He got the one from Baba Lasagna.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make a pit stop. Drop them off.
Yeah.
Pick up some supplies, if you know what I mean, for Barovia Beach. And we can.
Oh man, this is gonna be so.
I didn't understand.
You go to Bolt, and you're like, "Hey man, can we drop off? We need to." And he's like, "What?" I was like, "We need to get some." And Bolt's like, "Oh yeah, no, dude, my God is all about this. This is fine."
He's all cool with it, man.
You guys stop by. You have a quick interaction with Silent Bob, and your good buddy. You trade over that, and you open up the spy network that's in town and things of that sort. And I will say, give me a charisma check. Just D20 and add your charisma.
Oh, please let me help this.
Oh, that's an 18 plus. Where's my charisma? Plus 2. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Dirty 20. Dirty 20. You are loaded up. The wagon almost sinks a little bit, like for the amount that you are given, which should be plenty. And you just hope that no guards pull over this wagon as it makes its way into Barovia. But yeah, you set up. You have also set up the little spy network of were-sloths that are around the area that will be able to feed you intel. How that translates into is any one of you that is making a history check, an investigation check, or an insight check on an individual, because you are connected to the spy network, each of you will be able to access one of those roles at advantage once a day. So history, investigation, or insight, because you are connected to the spy pipeline, okay? Where you're basically like, listen, I heard from a guy that heard from a guy. It's like, I deal to this dude, and I know he's lying. Like, he loves this. So it's like, this is how you translate into that, okay?
Did Esmeralda come, or did she stay?
Absolutely. I will consider Esmeralda in the car. So if the wagon's like this, like if you're sitting in the wagon, Esmeralda would be just a little off to the side. Like she's got like her back to the wagon, like Esmeralda's here, and then like you're there. But like Esmeralda would be right there.
I think I can like picture it. Like, I can kind of
like if you were eating, you'd be eating, no. But they're eating like just off to the side.
Okay, there. I think I have a mental picture that I painted in my mind. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Great. Theater of the Mind. Heroes, you're able to take a short rest. Is anybody else doing anything during your bumpy wagon ride? It's just short rest. This is not a long rest. This is just getting your butts to Barovia Beach. You know what? Let's be kind. I'll say it's a long rest. It takes about 8 hours. You make it there. You make it there for like endless brunch. It's mimosas at Barovia Beach.
I would say Claire is weirdly hungry. Like they're looking forward to munching on some brunch.
As the truck pulls up,
right now.
as the truck pulls up and Bolt gets out and opens the back of the wagon, all 5 of you are treated to the uproarious sound of applause. The people of Barovia are greeting you with this sort of welcoming party for everything that you did. Yeah, you weren't able to kill them, but you gave it your darndest. As individuals have come out, it's very Stone Soup. If we remember reading this, there's not a lot in Barovia, but everybody. You bring a little what you got, put it in the pot, we're making stone soup. You see people that are just sort of gathered around Barovia Beach, and Bolt's like, I wanted to keep it a surprise. It's hard living here in this place, from what I've learned, but I bring them alcohol. You
do, Bolt.
You bring them hope. And that's not something that you can cast to bring or anything like that. It's just something that's a part of you. and it's the most valuable commodity here. So thank you, and that sparks another sort of round of applause as individuals sort of gather around, and Chance, of course, is using this to be like, no, it's the least we could do, anything for the people of Barovia, and just like shaking hands and taking, oh my gosh, soaking up a little bit of luck from everyone. Connie, this is the first positive feeding you've gotten since the circus.
This is cool because like it kind of feels like when I was at the circus and I'd be like underneath the bleachers and it would like, trickle down the good energy when people were laughing and happy, and it would feel like that. I felt this the other day, but it was different. It was like a whole lot of it when I was on stage, popping in and out, and people were screaming and cheering. But this is cool, I think.
Several times during your adventure, Connie has come across in the darker moments of your time together as Strahd, like just channeling the dude. You can't help but see it. But for the first time since you all left, for a split second, you see Parnum. He doesn't resemble Strahd, he resembles Parnum.
Pyre's gonna tackle hug him
Yeah.
and just say in his ear, like, it's good to have you back, mate.
Thanks. I'm sorry about like what happened. I don't know why. I just sort of was like, I jumped onto that ship, that flying ship with the goblins on it, and I just had this feeling. It felt kind of like this, like when people were cheering, and that started going through me, and then I just sort of for a second disappeared, and I was like on a stage in front of thousands of people, and they were screaming, and they were giving me that energy, and then I popped back, and my hand was on the wheel of the ship, and it was going down to crash. And I just like, I was like vibrating with all that energy from destroying things. And then I saw that staff, and then I felt its power, and I was like, I could take that and make it part of my power, and then you broke it, and I just sort of snapped. And then I looked down and I saw like all the things I did in Magnolia, and like I just didn't want to be here anymore. So I just wasn't.
It's okay. I mean, I made some real bad mistakes too. I got lost. I sort of put my trust in the wrong things. I got out of my head, and we all did things that maybe we regret, but we're all here together again. And you two needed to take that time to go find yourself. And that's the reason I broke that staff. It's because, first of all, it was sort of my way of not being able to use my words and telling you that I was wrong. And also I saw that in your face, and I could see how you were slipping from us, and I didn't want to see you go any worse with the darkness that was in that. And I know it was abrupt, and I should have used my words, but I didn't have them in the moment because I was scared. So
it's okay. I understand, and I appreciate you, and I'm sorry again.
Esmeralda sort of puts a hand up and she goes, I'd like you to establish that I've done nothing wrong and I'm practically perfect in every way, but I'm proud of your journeys as individuals.
You're perfect. I love you. You've never done anything wrong in your entire life.
It's true.
Yeah. Looks over at Chance, just like.
Yeah. Esmeralda gives you a kiss on the top of your forehead, sort of standing up on the tips of their heels, and goes, so, I saw that you were interested in wings. You have to be starving.
A bit, yes.
food, barkeep, and Esmeralda just sort of clears a path through individuals, sort of pulling you by the hand. You see that they get into this weird sort of like caregiver mode, even though they're they're not rocking the same sort of magic and everything like that. They take Dawn by the hand, and it's almost like your sister, the elder, just being like, if you don't need something right now, I'm going to kill you myself. As she takes your hand and starts you see the reflections of all these individuals. As you make your way forward, there's a couple of individuals there. While she takes them to the bar, what is everybody else doing in this space?
Can I establish that during this journey here, Etheria, of course, would have out the paints that are brand new, but has been entertaining herself during this journey, painting the most perfect donut she could possibly paint.
Okay. Even though there were 3 episodes left in this campaign, and you now have magical paints that allow you to just create
I have
things,
a plan for this. I know I can't make it taste, but I have a plan for
I
that
need,
part of it.
what is the check that you are going to make for your drawing process?
For the drawing part of it. So I don't know how it looks.
Performance?
We'll find out.
Is this dex?
Let's go.
I can be persuaded either way here. Especially because we live together. So you choose.
You know what? A straight up just dex is not as good as performance.
Are you proficient in any tool sets?
Disguise kit and thieves tool.
I will say the
hey,
disguise
with the
kit
disguise kit
counts. So you will add a d20 dexterity and your
Dex
proficiency.
and proficiency? Okay. All right. So that's it's a 6 plus 7. 13.
13. Okay.
Not the worst.
It's not the worst donut.
It's not Krispy Kreme.
It's not a Krispy Kreme donut, but it's pretty. It's functional.
So she runs up and says, okay, I know you've been wanting a donut, but you have to wait because I don't know if it's going to taste good or not, but I think I can make it taste good. And she casts prestidigitation. Because I can flavor something for up to an hour.
This is when a kid makes something out of Play-Doh and like, it's a pizza. And you're like, this is green. Like, is this a Cheerio on top? Like,
I know you wanted a donut, and it should taste like a donut if I did the magic right.
Okay, he pops the vial and chugs the vial. And then
you chug the little vial, and as you watch, those little same sparks of bioluminescence that were there start to pop behind like Connie's eyes and travel across his skin, and all of a sudden you feel the temperature of the air, and it's
If
just
not, I
kinda
have a
nice.
real cookie
Smells
chaser
it.
if it's really bad.
You smell it? It smells donut-y.
Adults have used it.
Donut adjacent.
He eats it. Okay. Give me a D100. This is the higher the number, the more akin to
Oh, you know what? I'm
donut.
gonna roll this in chat.
The more akin to donut. I can't believe this. 3 episodes left, and I'm like, let's rig a donut check. Like, what's your Krispy Kreme stat? A 73.
Hey!
This is Donut King, baby.
Donut King. Whoa.
Whoa. It's great.
he eats it very slowly.
Yeah.
Until
Just little bits of like Etheria. It's fantastic. It's different. It's almost as like Etheria has changed all of the
Like sucking
paint to be different flavors, and they shouldn't all go together, but they do. It's little bits of vanilla.
We're gonna have
and
green
chocolate.
apple goblins.
Just a
It's gonna be
suggestion,
great.
you should finish it in less than an hour, though.
Don't want to rush you, pot rush.
Wait,
No rush. 45 minutes, please.
Connie. You taste, right? Yeah. Have you ever had a beer?
no.
She grabs his arm and just she's like, Connie's first beer, everyone move aside! And she's dragging
Holy
him.
crap! You watch as Bolt's like, I've never been able to use one of these. And he goes over and he hands you a little button. He goes, here you go, bud. And it says 21. And he's like, and he writes like 0, 20, 210. He's like, happy 21st, pal. First beer's on me. I'll give you some from the select stock. And he goes over towards a keg and pours from a keg, and it's he goes, I've been holding on to this baby for a long time. Got it from the coolest bartender I've ever met in my life at a secret club that is very limited membership, and it seems very appropriate. And he knocks the dust off the keg and pours. You see this foamy golden amber beer poured into a mug, one for you and one for you.
Hire's drooling.
And you two are the first ones in this realm to ever have Cheshire Reserve. Anybody else want a beer other than Etheria? Maddox.
You look alive.
Yeah, I feel it.
Okay.
We're fine.
Esmeralda's like, you'll have to tell me how it is. Oh, but I'm a grown-ass adult, so I'm going to be having whiskey. And pours like a glass of whiskey and things of that sort. You watch as, before all of this happens, a plate of wings are, may say for you, anything. As a plate of wings are brought out to you, and you just start crying. Dawn starts sobbing profusely.
I've been eating gruel for the past year.
Like a really drunk guy in downtown Orlando at 3 a.m. Like, these are amazing.
Like a really no, it's a really drunk cat in downtown Orlando.
Is this Rocco's Tacos?
Oh, God.
It's buying pizza right next to the club.
Buying pizza right next to the rooftop club.
Let's DoorDash ice cream.
Hey, Don, is it weird for you to eat wings?
When you have wings? Is this carnivorous? Is this...
Don, give me a wisdom save.
I'm not a bird.
She's in her element, baby.
I'm not a bird, so
But you're
no.
eating wings.
You got
But
wings.
I'm not a bird.
Yeah, but they might not eat either.
Esmeralda puts a hand up. She's like, could you let him
Can
have
a
this?
fairy just go over and grab a wing off the plate and flap her wings a couple of times and just...
A fairy makes dead eye contact with everybody, flying in the air, flapping her own wings, being like,
I've seen some horrible things in my life, but that's the worst.
That makes him tired. It's like, damn.
Smells out.
you watch as Bolt, laughing, brings everyone drinks. Esmeralda has him bring out a fine bottle of whiskey, and she has a glass, and she's like, little more, perfect. And then takes the bottle and hands the glass over to Bolt.
She, right as she does it, Pirate's hand swipes thin air as she was about to do the same thing. She's just like,
Give me a contested deck save.
oh no, not my strong suit.
Did we just fall in love?
Nope. Not even gonna tell you what it was.
As you go to grab it, she grabs your hand and kisses it and sticks out her tongue and takes a drink from the bottle and just...
Pyre puts a little bit of fire on top of the whiskey. Dead eyes. Shoots it.
You're made of fire. It's not going to be it. She's like, you're made of fire. It's not that big of a
You're
deal.
fire tamers.
Oh my God, it's so true. And has another drink of whiskey. You all begin to just have this moment of deep breath. Your donut, Connie's nursing a donut and things of that sort. As you have other drinks and things of that sort, Bolt does let you know that a guest bartender has showed up. As always here at Barovia Beach, there is a new guest bartender. The bartender immediately has gathered a line and a small group of individuals around them. They are wearing the cutest pair of blue overalls you've ever seen in your life. The overalls are covered in what appear to be flowers that they have sewn on of various colors and things of that sort at different spots. The hair is pulled back into these beautiful, like blue, watery braids that come down off the hair. There's two of them, and it's almost like if you collected a wave, you'd see the white of the wave that is there. So the hair is the crest of the wave and things of that sort. But you would recognize this as the antithesis to Pyre. This is a water genasi. The face is just all bright, water and things of that sort. An individual accidentally spills a drink, and you would see her extend one hand and as a little trick sends the alcohol coursing up the body around the corner and into the other one as she goes and goes like this, and as it does, 2 ice cubes fall from her hand into the glass, and everybody applauds and things of that sort. But she has gathered up this little group that's there, and while she's serving drinks and things of that sort, she's also playing dice with a few people off to the side. Individuals are just sort of playing dice, and she's making drinks. And he goes, just so you know, that's our guest bartender. They're a traveler like me. Her name is River, and she's amazing. She's fantastic. But just buyer beware, I guess. Okay.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
What an ominous thing you just said.
Bolt looks at her and goes, I am really good at reading people. That's a gift from my deity. And you're never more truthful than when you've sort of broken down the walls that surround you and the ambitions that surround you, and that's when a person's true sort of self comes forward. She's different. I don't know what it is. She's unreadable, and that's great. And you see him somewhat enamored with her because he can't read her. Like you can see that this weird individual, this person who has insight on everybody. That's like they're good, they're bad, they're not. The person that's not there, like he just doesn't know how to get a beat on. So she's over there in the corner. He goes, when y'all are ready, I probably know what's next for you. You're going to go after Strahd before he comes after you. And if that's the case, I can help you a little bit. I know the layout of the castle. I've spent some time, and I saw what he did to Chesh. And I know what he did to you. And I'm sorry. When you're ready to talk about it, I can help. Not a lot, but I'll help as much as I can. And there's a few other individuals, and he looks over, and you see Chance, who's engaged in conversation with like 3 people, come over. He's like, "I'm here to help as well. You know, that's my brother, and I got your back. But for tonight, I'm just going to be drinking." It's like, so that's when I looked at the dragon. I said, "Listen here, motherfucker!" And he just goes off, and he continues to tell stories with individuals and sort of gather a crowd. As Connie's like sort of introspective, nursing a donut, he's pulling little tiny bits of luck from everybody. But as everybody drinks, everybody's having a good time. Somebody spills their drink and he laughs, and he's just the center of attention and thriving in it.
Pyre wants to gather kind of us and Bolt together and just raise a glass and just say, Vichesh. And holds it out and then just kind of pours a little bit out. And then
I'm not going to do that. It's a waste of
tosses it
alcohol.
back.
He goes, normally I don't waste booze because it's an affront. For Chesh, I'll make an exception.
It's worth it for Chesh.
To Chesh, the greatest cat I'll ever know. And pours out a little bit of alcohol onto the ground.
Don pours a little bit out of his water.
How's Connie doing?
Connie
beer.
actually goes over to Ophelia and says, "Hey, when you were with Cheshire, like after you would like get squashed or something, what was the place like? Was there like a really crazy satyr guy there, or like were there like windows and like to other places?"
Looking back at my notes, I don't think I ever asked about the room. I don't think I
You
learned about the room.
didn't. It was a big white space, and Chesh would show up there occasionally. You don't remember seeing anybody else in the space. Oh man, this is an obscure pull. I'll tell you what. On an 18, 19, or 20, something about what Connie is saying rings a bell with you. But that's
a 19.
This does not remind you of anything that he said. But one time you brought Tiny out and you talked to Tiny and you were like, "Tiny, where do you go when you're not here?" Like like when you're in your figure form and you're not like out in the world, like where are you? And Tiny talked about the room of many doors. And what Tiny talked about was this gigantic space that was filled with doors and windows where people could talk with one another and reach out to people and have conversations, and then occasionally someone would get a tap and like walk through a door, and then after a bit of time would come back in from the door, or they'd go to a window and they'd watch something and then they'd scream really loud and somebody behind the window would react. And he referred to it as the room of many doors, where people would just come in and out and in and out. And as Connie talks and goes, it sounds like he's describing Tiny's place, your imaginary elephant's
Got it.
place that he hung out in.
I'm so tempted to be like, no, Chet didn't say anything. No, it was always a right room, and there was nobody else there. What you're talking about sounds more like Tiny.
Like Tiny?
Yeah, Tiny. The elephant.
Okay.
When he's not here, he's in a big place that has lots of doors. And people
Like-
through the doors, but you can't always see the people through the doors. Sometimes you just hear them through the doors, or you might see a hand, but then the hand goes away. And sometimes it's people, and sometimes it's like others, like Tiny.
That's kind of like where I was, because then there were like doors and there was windows, and I can there was one I smelled something, and it smelled like food, and then I looked and there were two little gnome people, and they were eating, and then there was another place, and it was like a giant cloud, and it was like there were things flying around, and I could feel the wind blowing on me, and then there was another.
Mine.
Maddox, okay,
I've been like dead for so long.
Maddox, as you're listening to this, it does not sound like, and if anybody's gathered around this and you're listening to the insane things coming out of Connie's mouth, Connie is very serious about this. Like, Connie is not making this up. Connie is not like lying here. Like, Connie saw or experienced these sensory like explosions during this space.
Fury's probably the best person to talk to about this, because she's like, yeah, this sounds great.
Yeah, there was this noise. It sounded like a drum. It sounded like drums, and so I was like drawn to it, and I started walking over, and then I kind of went through the window, and then I was like standing on a tower, and it was really high up, and down on the ground there were like thousands and tens of thousands of goblins, and then there were like flying ships, like the one I blew up, and they were all flying around, like hundreds of them floating around, and I was standing there, and then I realized I'm like the only one on the top of this tower, and then there was like this he saw me or something.
Who did?
The guy I was inside of.
What?
He's like and I could see him for a minute, and he was like a goblin, and he had his face was covered in tattoos, but they were all like magical runes, and the runes started to like pulse different colors, and he looked at me and he smiled, and he was like, there you are. And then I got pulled backwards, and then I was like in the like woods, but it was weird because it was all like colorful woods, and then it was like with vines everywhere, and I was like, oh, and the sky was different colors, and then there was this crazy looking satyr guy.
This is when you were somebody else. When you were stuck inside somebody else? Sid. Yes.
Is that the music guy?
The rock guy, yeah.
How long was I gone?
For the concert?
You were here, but you were gone. You were gone for like a day?
Like, pretty much for the concert.
So he was...
Did it feel like it was like a whole day?
I spent a little while with the satyr guy. He said his name was... Here, Sam. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so either it was a dream,
Me neither.
or it was something else. Weird.
While Connie's doing this,
Yeah.
Dawn is trying to sneak away.
Yeah, you don't have to sneak away.
absolutely not let that
It is a party. Like, and it's like a group of, and people are talking and things of that sort. You see them have brought food. Yeah, you kind of walk away. Like, you don't have to. Like, nobody's gonna be like, "Where'd he go?" Like, yeah, Dawn.
Cool.
What are you doing?
You're not
yeah.
the kid.
I'm not the child, correct. He wants to. We're in Barovia proper.
You are in Barovia proper.
He wants to go to his old house.
Okay.
And I'm assuming Strahd doesn't have like a cleanup crew, so I'm trying to figure out who's alive.
You head over towards the house, and you're going by yourself, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. It's about a 10-minute walk. You guys were not close to the city center at all. Not next to the Burgermeister's mansion or anything like that. You were kind of on the outskirts. As you go over to the house, the door has been broken off its hinges. So while there isn't a cleanup crew, there are plenty of scavengers and things of that sort that have gone through the area. As you make your way over towards the house, it's pretty much in shambles as you remember it. There's some pieces of artwork that have been shattered and things of that sort. Give me an investigation check.
I'm not great at those. Maybe I should have brought Connie.
I also have something I want to do with Bolt before we leave.
Sure, yeah.
It's a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
You go looking around the house and just go and sort of take this odd trip through memory lane. It's hard when you go back to a place that has both traumatic memories and happy memories associated within its walls. But luckily there are more happy memories than traumatic. But yeah, you spend a little bit of time walking through the rooms. There are no other individuals in the house. You do get to the room that you and your siblings would stay at, because I assume that all of you bunked in the same spot and then your parents had one. And that door is still intact and closed.
Yeah, I open it.
Yeah. It does not open. It is locked.
That's very I knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door. There's no sound. There's no answer from the other side.
I'm gonna try to break down the door.
Yeah, give me a strength check.
Gonna stop using online dice. That was a nat 1.
You're the best around. Boom! And shoulder check the door. As you do, you break your shoulder. No, you sprain your shoulder. You take 2 points of damage as you are unable to do it. I will give you one more strength check at disadvantage to see if you can shoulder open the door. No, you're not able to do it. You're not able to break it down. You give it one more sort of shoulder jolt, bam! And as you do, that door just does not budge. It does not open.
He just says, if anyone's in there, I'm not going to hurt you.
There's no answer.
He turns around and leaves.
There are some things from our past that we are not meant to acknowledge or see. And whatever was behind this door is one of those things. So you head back home, having explored a little bit about the house. While Dawn is back with a new probably sense of resolve and things of that sort, not able to figure out sort of in dealing with their past. What are the rest of you doing here at the bar? Are we just drinking? Are we enjoying ourselves? Are we taking a little bit of a breather?
Pyre is standing on the bar leading a really raunchy drinking song.
A really raunchy drinking song. Give me a performance check.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
A spicy 2.
A spicy 2. Pyre, you get up on the bar and you start doing this spicy drinking song, but you get to the point where you've forgotten the words to the song. So you're just kind of singing little bits from various songs.
She's pointing at the crowd, being like, "You know it, right?"
Yeah, everyone knows this one. And at this point, Esmeralda jumps up and been like, what an amazing warm-up for a proper toast. Here's to a long life and a merry one, a quick death and an easy one, except for Strahd. And everyone's like, yeah! She goes, a pretty girl, and she nods to you, and an honest one, a cold pint, and another one. Yeah! And everyone just sort of cheers and things of that sort. And she holds a hand up for you to climb down off the bar.
She looks around at her crowd and is like, no, they don't know. It's just...
Yeah, she's like, that was very good.
I know.
You did so good.
You've been practicing. The whole band thing really got me working on my accent.
No. It was very good. I was very proud of you.
Yeah, no, you don't have to lie to me. It's fine.
Oh, it was bad, baby.
Yeah, it was real bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, but you see drinks sort of flowing. The other bartender is over off to the side and things of that sort. At some point, you notice people start to dissipate and things of that sort.
Maddox is gonna find Bolt, and he's gonna pull out the potion, the supreme potion healing that he found.
Hey.
I don't think I'm gonna need this. I don't know if you have a need of it. If you can put it in a cask, if there's anyone who's gonna do with it, it's gonna be you.
Are you sure?
I mean, no one else knows I had it. It's just me.
Sure. Yeah. I could also dilute it if you want, and you could pass them out to the rest of the crew.
That'd be nice. Yeah. If you can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. He goes over towards the little alchemy kit and sets that up. Afira, are you doing anything after you made your donut and things of that sort?
Oh, she's trying to see how many snacks she can swindle from people.
You don't have to swindle. You're not used to this.
I mean, at this point, because there's she's going for a milkshake. See if somebody can make her a strawberry milkshake.
Yeah, you hear a whistle.
The drinks are boring.
You hear a whistle from the new bartender. She gives a little whistle. She's like, "Hey, short stack, what you doing?"
Me?
Yeah, you. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for a strawberry milkshake. Thank you very much.
Strawberry milkshake.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Well, I can make you something. It's not going to be a strawberry milkshake, but it could be like strawberry milkshake adjacent.
Yeah. Maybe.
Jason.
She goes, sure, hang on. Let's see. Oh, to make a good strawberry milkshake, I guess we need strawberries. And she holds a hand out like this, and as it does, this little bird flies over. It's a blue bird made of water that just kind of flies down from out of nowhere, holding a couple of strawberries, and just sort of sits on her shoulder and just sort of hooks its claws in, and you see they sink in where the water is now just kind of part of her. And she goes, okay, we got that, and then I guess we need ice. And she does the trick again where she holds her nose and ice comes out, and she goes, all right, and then we just kind of mix it up, right?
That's just strawberry water.
Oh, no, it's a milkshake. She goes, see, hang on a second. And she pulls out a jug from underneath the counter and goes, milk, please, and pours it into a little cup. And you see the liquid transform into milk, and she shakes it up, and she goes, would you like his taste?
You're missing the sugar.
Oh.
That's the most important
sugar,
ingredient.
Too. And she...
I mean, normally you'd use ice cream, but I guess you don't have any here. But you can just put sugar in and it'll be
She takes a few packets of sugar. You've never seen sugar packaged like this. It's in little packets like this. It's little brown packets. And she tears open the top and pours 3 or 4 in. And she goes, one premium strawberry milkshake.
Premium.
Okay.
Now you're suspicious?
What are you going to... And she holds it out, and you reach for it,
Yes.
and she pulls it back.
Oh,
What?
rough.
What are you going to give me for it?
Well, nobody else had to pay for their drinks.
Oh, they did. You just didn't see him pay for it. So what are you going to give me for the milkshake?
A cookie?
I got enough cookies in my life.
I have a special brownie.
She goes, you got my attention.
It's kind of fun. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, you mean a wild magic brownie?
Ooh.
Sure.
She goes, I would very much appreciate that. Yeah, it's kind of my thing. And she hands the milkshake out to you.
Okay. Let me make sure I do one less. She hands over one of her delicious druid brownies.
She takes the brownie, places it in her hand, and as she does, she takes her hand and places it over the brownie. And as that happens, you see little droplets of water leave the brownie, going in reverse, into her hand, and forming the water into her hand. And she takes the brownie and she goes, do you want the regular brownie back?
Well, yeah, sure. Why not?
She gives you the brownie.
That's
She goes,
extra moist.
I appreciate it.
What did that do?
I took the wild magic out.
Okay. So then what do you do with it?
And I use it for whatever I want to use it for.
Do you know what it does? Or is
Yeah.
it still wild?
I'm actually from the source.
Ooh.
You are wild magic?
She goes, it has to come from somewhere, don't it? There's a big old river, and it's hard to separate a river. 2 rivers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there are some of us that just happen to be a part of the source. And that's where wild magic comes from, a big old flowing river of wild magic.
It's character in mind from the wild magic river. All right, got it.
A lot of people think wild magic is just random events that happen in place, but wild magic actually has more abilities than anybody can really fathom. Wild magic has abilities to rewrite the universe as we see fit. And that's what I do. I'm able to tap into the source. You could be a little different. You could have more magic. You could have less magic.
Oh, that would be fun.
You could be more charismatic.
How?
You could be
Correct.
more intelligent. Depending on how the river flows.
Can't wait for your next campaign. You're gonna have 3 wild magic water genasi.
So where's this river?
Oh wait.
She goes, a different place. Would you like to see how it works?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Okay. This is River. River is tapped into the source of all wild magic. A mighty river that runs through the universe of controlled, concentrated wild magic. Wild magic is a fun, simple thing that we utilize in our games. But in the grand scheme of things and how the universe works, River has the ability to change the world around them and is offering that to each of you.
Nice.
Now here's the deal. River is willing to gamble with anyone that wants to gamble with her. Okay?
Breathe.
To gamble with River, you are gambling your maximum number of hit points.
Oh, fantastic.
River feeds the big river. This little river feeds the big river. So however many hit points you want to gamble, if you win, River has certain things that she can do for you, like give you an extra spell slot, or adjust one of your skill stats before the big battle, depending on how many skill points you want to give up. But if you lose with River, River deducts those maximum hit points and feeds the big river. And that is how less few hit points you have as your maximum total.
Just
Well, sorcerers have a ton of extra hit points,
no
so.
big mood.
Err.
Thank God we got cleric, right?
How many hit points would I have to put up for more intelligence?
Oh my god.
She looks at you. River goes, well, hello there. You already seem like a pretty smart fella.
I am.
Could be more.
Oh, man. I think for to make you just a little bit smarter, it translates into 1 hit point, 1 like point of intelligence to be added on top of it.
Ooh.
She goes, I think a good bargain is 15 hit points.
Oh, take it.
And then what do we have to? What's the competition? What's the?
Oh, it's
what's the
simple. We
get
just
with
let
the
fate decide.
Oh God.
I've got these 2 D20s here. Highest one wins. We let the wildness of chaos determine it.
Yeah. In telepathically, he tells Chance, he's like, I need a little extra weapon.
Chance comes back. Chance comes back and he goes, listen here, boy. I have been made to tempt the fates from here and there and yonder. If this river is indeed a tributary of the source of wild magic, you can fuck right off. You're not getting my luck because I know who to mess with. Hell, I've got a goddess trapped in my head. I'm not touching the source of all wild magic, lest I end up
Just
a
give me
potted
some
plant.
extra
Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage. as anything.
You really hit Connie hard.
Okay, so it could have been good.
No good.
It wasn't. It was 7.
He goes. Sometimes you just have to to risk it for the biscuit, as the great philosophers say.
All right.
Dude, Macy just gave you bless for a chest, and I hate that.
For Billy.
So straight up rollies, huh?
So here's
skill checks.
here's how we're gonna do. You take this, and they reach into the front pocket of their overalls, and they pull out this beautiful dodecahedron, which you have seen one other place before, and hands you one. And actually, they'll put two on the table, both of them the same sort of brilliant purple color, and go, I'll let you pick which one, just so you, I don't know why I'm speaking like her, just so you know which one's on the up and up. So you can pick your die. We roll, highest roll wins. That's all. You got to realize, though, that you will feed the river here if you mess this up. And this is not me trying to be malicious with you. This is just you trusting to the chaos of life.
Oh, man. There's a little flash of red that hits Connie's eyes. And I think... there's a spark of wild magic. Those little sparks that are in it, that are from drinking the liquid, you can see some wild magic spark on him. And he kind of smirks and says,
Did you give him bless for a sesh?
I gave him a reroll.
All right. That's it. That's our one that we bought for tonight. You got to reroll. I will do this, Connie. I will roll in the chat.
Oh, man.
And I want you to wait. Actually, no. I'll roll in the chat.
Now that I have true sight, I'm gonna watch this all go down.
Yes, absolutely. All right.
Because now I can see all.
all
Your
right.
pupils are just like...
Icosahedron. Thank you, nerd. Yes, icosahedron. A dodecahedron is a D12, and icosahedron is a D20. So you're going to be rolling a D20. Thank you, God,
I didn't know that.
God, she's hot.
A bunch of nerds.
God, I love her intelligence. It is the most attractive thing about her. Okay, D20. I'll roll it in the chat first. It's an 18.
Oh,
Rolled in the chat.
Man.
It's an 11. I got a what?
11. You got to
I got you a
reroll.
reroll.
Oh, I got a reroll. Yeah. All right.
One.
You watch as she goes, it's a tough break, I'm so sorry, and reaches a hand out, and Connie, you reduce your maximum number of hit points by 15. She goes, I mean, unless you want to go for double or nothing.
Oh no!
What does this all look like? Like,
As you watch True Sight, you watch as she grabs his hand, and before she does anything at this point, she goes, unless you want to go double or nothing. And she goes, 2 points of intelligence. 2 extra points, 30 HP.
what's 30 HP per friends?
Only
Yep.
one.
All right.
I get my HP back.
Yeah. Double or nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically what it is you will, instead of taking if you
I would take 30 if I
You take 30
total
if you
if you lose this. If you win this, you will not take any hit point damage, but you will gain 2 points of intelligence.
Oh, man.
All right.
26 in intelligence?
24.
Crazy.
Well,
All right.
still, it'd be awesome.
Icky gave you
24.
plus for a sesh too.
Nice. All right.
You're rolling a D4 for this, bud. Connie, you got a bless for a sesh.
All right.
All right.
This big man.
There goes. I mean, maybe I should switch D20. So
Maybe we should do this.
put
This
that
is
one in dice jail.
I'm gonna say,
Get
that was
fun.
way.
my.
Okay.
Okay.
Switching up.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not terrible.
What'd you get?
An 11.
With your bless?
That's with my bless.
She rolled an 11 as well, plus her bless.
She has a bless too.
She has a bless too. So that is 30 hit points
Yeah. All right.
down. And then you would watch.
Not get hit.
You will watch as there is this transference of magic. It's wild magic in reverse. It is a stabilizing effect as the waters that are rushing around this water genasi begin to just sort of like calm and still. For anybody that was wild magic aficionados, you would realize that if there was a river that was tumultuous and wild and crazy and like rapids, you would need this presence to stop it from overtaking the world. And this is what river is doing. It's a tributary.
Man, Maddox will sit down.
Dawn comes back at this point. Like, hey guys, what you doing?
Gambling our life away, literally.
Why?
Because it's fun. You want to try it?
You can go first.
Fine. Oh man, you know what warlocks really need? Spell slots. How much for 2 more spell slots?
Spell slots.
2 spell slots.
Oh.
I'm on kind of like a lease to own program. Like,
Sure. I think 35 would be fair.
oh god, it costs more to get spell slots and be.
Well, if
smart.
you were a druid, this would be like no easy feat. A druid sneezes and gets 2 spell slots,
Yeah,
but
I
you
know.
have made a pact with an individual.
Right.
Oh no.
Eldritch Blast.
35. Let's start with 1. Let's start with 1.
One spell slot.
1 spell
Let's
slot.
start with 1.
Well, if you wagered 40, if you'd won, I'd give you the 2 spell slots and all of his hate points back.
River.
How much do I like Connie?
I don't think the question is whether how much you like Connie, it's how much does Ryan like Mike.
Oh.
It's very true. Just for the catharsis that if I lose this, I'll be under Mike's total HP. Yeah, we'll do that.
Maddox, you hear a little voice inside your head that is very quiet, and it takes you a while to tune into it, of, what are you doing?
I've trusted you all my life. You don't trust me?
Fine. It is confused. Okay, bud. This is going to be a roll-off. If you win this, you will get 2 spell slots, and all of Connie
Which one?
will get his
So
hit
don't put
points
this on me.
back.
I've been rolling ones all night. No.
However, if you ruin this, you are down 40 maximum hit points for the rest of the game.
It's fine, he
It's
says.
fine. You only need 1.
That's what you. It's on a sticker.
But 2 spell slots for a warlock is.
It's power.
That's
It's big power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ikki's got you a reroll that she
Oh.
bought for Connie, but
Thank-
she's going to give to you.
Thank you, dear.
All right.
All right.
All right, here we go. 3.
Uh-huh.
You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
Go for it.
Okay. The odds are with you.
It's 11.
A 3. With that, there is a flowing of wild magic energy that flows out as you get that, and she goes, perfect, you got it. Unless you want to go double or nothing.
I'm going to walk away. Thank you.
80 hit points. No.
That'll kill me. That'll outright kill me.
No, I just meant like another spell slot.
As much as that sounds real nice, I'm gonna retire while I'm ahead. I know.
You hate to see it. And she nods. You are not down any hit points.
Yeah.
You have
You get an extra gift. It's seeing me walk away.
She goes, what a gift.
Oh, is she asking?
more
Is she
spell
asking
slots.
Pyre? She wants.
No, she's just kind of looking around the space.
Pyre shooting pong.
Shooting pong in the distance. You're like, score. Yeah, got
You
it.
just hear over her shoulder. Nope.
I know you do.
Oh,
That's terrifying.
Oh.
You should
I
not
don't even
be
really
able to
particularly
do
want anything. I just want to play the game.
that. Yeah, same mood.
You just want to roll just for funsies? Better memory.
Well, you don't have to do something that's going to help you. You could help some of your friends.
There you go.
Affy, is there somebody you really care about that's in a bit of trouble? I mean, this has the ability to affect the universe.
Oh man.
Dawn perks up the moment she says that.
Can I help Magnolia?
Oh.
Who's Magnolia?
Well, Magnolia's not here right now, but she's kind of stuck, and she's in a lot of trouble, and she's got to get out of that trouble.
The rivers of chaos flow to each and every corner of the universe. I'm sure that Magnolia could use a little bit of magic. What kind of trouble is Magnolia in?
Well, I'm not sure exactly, but it has to do with the Winter Court.
You see her eyes go a little wide a little bit. She's like, oh, yeah, every corner. I said that. Is she in trouble with Mav?
I think so.
Eek-a-dee. She goes, and what are you trying to do, Ophelia?
Well, I just wanted to help her out so that she could just be with her kids.
Okay. This is a big ask. Ophelia, I will let you play this game. But I gotta take away something big if you mess this up.
Okay.
Ophelia, I'm gonna take away your ability to fly.
Ooh.
You will have wings. They won't go nowhere. But you will not be able to fly anymore. And I know how much you love that. I know how much it's a part of you.
Like forever, ever, ever?
Like forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. You are asking something big right now to help your buddy Magnolia, and the Winter Court's power is very, very strong, and the price has to match the ask.
Oh my gosh. I really like flying.
I know you do.
A lot.
This is Affy.
Yeah?
I don't know why I'm talking.
She's like, anybody that hangs out with me for too long, they pick it up. It's not that. It's just fun to talk like
Pax
that.
comes back for a moment.
Yeah. Get back there, Pax.
You thinking this is for the other girl, right?
Yeah.
Like you forgot my name.
For Magnolia.
I was with you for like 2 episodes.
And her kids.
Are you considering this?
Yeah?
Yeah.
What happened to Magnolia?
How much? I'm not even sure how much she knows. She knows that
You know Magnolia.
she knows she's stuck, and she's seen the painting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
she knows she's
in
in
a
trouble.
bit of she's in trouble. She went back home, but like there was a bit of trouble when she did.
So she's in the Feywild now, and she's in trouble. I think I know a guy in the Feywild.
Please. Oh my god. He's my lawyer. Please.
Oh my God! Are you thinking of who I'm thinking of? He's her lawyer?
God.
I don't know.
F.
He's so funny.
F this.
He breaks down the doors like your friend sent me to be your lawyer, and I was like, oh no.
Mace, I would love this, but I have to make the stakes big for the people here. I love where your head is at.
Can the rest of the party add something to lower the price, so to speak?
Like a collective bargain for one person.
Like I couldn't fly but for a long time. Not forever, ever, 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 ever.
She goes, it would have to be, I don't like bringing in multiple people for it because I would let 2 people get in on a deal and sort of mitigate it.
I'll do it. It's okay. I'll do it. I'll do it.
That's. I had something big that I could help with. If you want some help, I have something that might be enticing. He points to the eyeball. He goes, I have a 5% chance.
Okay.
I'll raise it to 7.
She goes,
But she gets to keep her flying for a little longer if she loses.
that's not enough of a percentage for me.
Okay.
It'd have to be 15.
15%.
It's not worth
I can't.
It's
bet
not worth
15.
it.
Yeah. She goes,
I
Ophelia, are you sure about this?
No, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
All right.
The river flows. And she.
I have to give up for Magnolia to officially adopt Ophelia.
I mean, this may be.
Some sanity.
All right.
Give up
Oh.
my sanity.
Ooh, that's a good wager, may say, but I'm afraid this is between me and Ophelia.
No, I got it.
All right.
I got it.
Are you rolling online or are you rolling in front of you?
Oh,
I'll roll online.
No, it's okay. I can roll online. Do you want me to roll it in the chat?
Let me bring up my thing so I can roll as well. Are you sure about this?
No, I'm not.
Big money
I'm
on
gonna
wins.
do it anyway.
All right, man.
When in doubt, just
I really
the
am
fly
thinking, like,
spell.
it's not worth it. It's
All right.
It's not there.
There's
All right.
ways around this.
Turn
All right.
it into a crow.
Cookie for luck.
You could offer me something else instead.
Wait.
Second,
Like, other than my-
magic brownie.
How about ooh, snacks?
Woof a duff.
Where do you get your power from, Etheria?
Well, I mean, I get my power from my family. I mean, I don't really know them, but I get my power from them. But you like wild magic, right?
Yeah.
I have lots of wild magic things if it helps the river. I mean, I have.
When she asks you where you get your power from, do you know where you get your magic from? Does Etheria know?
Well, yeah, she's sorcerer though, so it's blood. It's blood magic.
It's divine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it
she's
comes
divine
from
soul.
inside you. She
It's-
goes,
yeah, bloodline.
Tell you what, if you don't want to give up your wings, I'll tell you this. I'll make a deal with you. It's got to be something big. You let the river decide where your power comes from.
Oh.
You'll keep your wings, but if you fail this, the river decides where your power comes from. And it may not be from the same place again. It may be like Connie from book learning. It may be from a different place altogether.
Oh, your class changes.
My class would change. I'd still
For
be
the
magical,
last
but
3
it would
episodes,
change. Oh my gosh.
your class changes. Your class and subclass, I get control over
Okay.
both.
Ooh.
That I will roll at random.
Oh, that almost sounds too fun to pass up.
You know what? Let's do it.
Alright.
That's terrifying.
Oh
But
man,
yes, let's
losing
do
wings.
it.
Oh man,
All right.
he's our sorcerer.
Here we go.
All right,
I'm
this
ready
is
to
just
barter
straight
it
up.
Afi, something was just bought for you. It was
D20 versus
three-
D20.
Somebody just spent 300 biddies on you. So
biddies,
I
good
think
biddies.
that's a bless for a sash,
That's
okay?
a plus. Oh, that's
okay.
a D4. Okay,
All right.
so should I just roll the straight D20 in the chat?
Roll the D20 in the chat.
And then
you
I'll
want to go
roll a
first?
D4 in the chat?
Go first.
Okay,
You got this.
okay.
I'm
Oops. I
watching
almost
this
rolled a
chat.
D21. Hang
Big
on.
money, no whammies.
D20. Okay.
Come on.
18. Woo! Okay, and then here's the D4.
It's all right.
20.
Hard
It's a dirty 20.
320.
Well,
Oh!
she loves it.
She goes, sometimes the fates are with you, and the fates are definitely with you. And you don't see anything change, or she goes, she'll be just fine. Magnolia.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's cut over to you. You are surrounded by individuals and have garnered such a huge freaking mass of people that are playing beer pong and things of that sort.
Sure have.
What is the goal? Is this just to hang out? Is this to have fun? You're teaching Esmeralda how to play beer pong and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
this is just to honestly light some fires back in Barovia and make people happy.
It's a 2-person game, and you don't know. Like Esmeralda's like, I don't want to. I'm not sure I want to play because I don't know how to play and stuff like that. So you're gonna need like a partner or something.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I can teach you. You work with your eye-hand coordinate. It's like throwing a dagger, right?
Yeah, and you hear, yo, she doesn't want to play, I got this. And you turn around and your Vistani bugbear friend.
Yeah.
I was like, and comes over and just like wraps you in a big hug and stuff like that. It was like, are we doing this or are we doing this?
Wait, Esmeralda, do you want to play that, or do you want to watch around maybe, and then you could learn?
I think I'd rather watch around.
Okay.
Please. And she sits there and she goes, just for funsies, we'll treat it super casual. She's like, all right, what's the over-under on the fire genasi and the big bear boy? Big bear boy, I'm taking bets right now. I'll cover the over-under. The odds are 3-1, 3-1. You can take it over easy or over hard. Let's go. And she goes walking around the crowd like taking bets from people and things of that sort. She's like, super cash. She's like 20 gold. Got it. Yeah, all right. And goes around and starts taking bets on individuals and things of that sort.
You're smashed right now.
That's her power. She's always smashed.
That's my secret. I'm always smashed. Yeah, you go over. I'm going to need. Oh, bud. I'm gonna need 3 consecutive sleight of hand checks, and that's gonna be the equivalent of how well you did in this game of beer pong.
He's gonna
Okay.
pass without a trace.
And I'll say this: I will give you, should you win this game, I will give you a mega bardic inspiration that you can use in the upcoming days. That at a time of your weakest, you will think back to this game of beer pong and be like, nice, and the universe will reverberate that and reward you. Okay.
Nice.
Sleight of hand checks. Let's go.
Can I say pass without a trace is prepared?
That's not going to help you with sleight of hand.
It won't?
No.
I think
It's
it
a
helps
stealth
you with it's plus 10 to stealth. Sleight of hand is not a stealth check. Sleight of hand is a dex check. Come to me. Coming to my house with
Okay.
some booze on the truth. All right, let's try this. Sleight of hand. All right, what's your first one?
It's a 9.
It's a 9? All right, I'm writing mine down. All right, second one. All right,
That's a 14.
14.
There you go.
I will let you roll this next one at advantage if, I don't know, like a random person next to you is able to roll both the dice.
Oh, that's a unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20. Okay. Your first shot sucks. You are like you were drunk. You're like, I could do this all day. Boom! Ow! Like and it hits a dude in the eye. You're
It's
like,
chance.
Chance is like, bro, what the hell was that for? And you're like, sorry, meant it. And you go it again. You start to get your rhythm near the midway point, and it comes down to this clutch move at the end of the beer pong game, and you're just like. You close your eyes, you throw the ball in the air, and right before it lands, you set it on fire with a firebolt, and it swirls around and just sinks in and ignites the cup that's there. Everyone just starts applauding. You have a D12 of inspiration that you can add to any roll within the next few days, so use it wisely, and you helped. And you know, you guys all have a great time.
Good old Scoob in these games. Jesus.
Did he just lose money?
I lost 20 gold. It's fine.
Yeah, and it's
Compared to what we could have lost tonight,
Esmeralda's
water
like,
in the
oh,
bucket.
I'm so sorry. Well, I know you're a friend of
It's fine.
Pyre, so you're gonna have to pay sooner.
High five.
The night wears on. Is anybody else doing anything with your downtime? It's your last night. That's what I'm doing.
River for something.
You want to come ask River for something?
Yeah.
You go up and go. Hi there.
Hi. What would it cost to bring someone back?
Woof.
From the dead. Oh, sweetie. I mean, yeah, the river provides, but
Not that much.
I mean, it can. I don't know, sweetie. I mean, what are you willing to offer?
How much would be to know if someone's alive?
To know if somebody's alive?
I found this really cool mace.
No.
I'll tell you what. For a situation such as this, you're dealing with absolutes. You want to know, okay? So I'll tell you this. If you want to know if somebody's alive or not, what you have to wager is never knowing if they're alive or not. So here's the deal. If you lose this, you will never know if they are alive or dead. You will never find out. No amount of searching in this world will ever give you the answer that you are searching for. It is a locked door that you cannot open, no matter how hard you try. And who knows, later in life, you might be able to open this door. But if you make it, you will know definitively, beyond a shadow of a doubt, right this second. So it's just what's more important to you, the knowing. Can you live with not knowing forever?
You are diabolical.
Wow, you came up with that so quick?
It's the cost of closure.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song.
It's my favorite Dashboard Confessional album.
By Strahd Sux.
That's right.
I have to try.
Okay. All right. I respect it. The river provides. And she grabs the dice. You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay.
Then I will go.
I think I didn't use that one.
The dice have been so against me today.
Whoa.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh.
A 3.
Okay. You got this.
A 9.
Oh.
She goes, who?
Akila. She's my twin sister.
She's at peace, though. And now you know.
Thank you.
Sure. Anybody else feel like a wagering? Feeding the river?
You're from the pong table. Nope.
I've got mine.
She goes, did you want another one? And she looks past you, Connie, and goes over and is looking straight at Bolt. And he goes, no, I think the one is just fine. She goes, she looks over at you. She goes, I hope it was worth it.
Me?
And she starts packing up her stuff that was there.
Bolt, I think I want to try alcohol. Can I have some?
You just see flames go.
Bolt's like, pours you a drink, and he goes, don't let her bother you. I really wanted you to be able to have one last drink with your friends.
So you got
Hey.
me that from her?
I won. It's okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
That's really nice of you.
Yeah.
It really means a lot.
What did you wager, Bo?
He looks up at his hat. He goes, gift from a god.
Oof, doof.
Hey, this is the whole reason I follow Bo. Bo understood the importance of, like, no matter what the adventure brings, no matter if death is around every corner, there's nothing that can't be solved with a little bit of downtime with your friends. This is why we fight. This is why we're together. It's fellowship. That's the whole thing. That's what it's always been about. And he goes, okay, this is nerdy as hell. And he goes over and he pulls out what looks to be a Dwarven Forge model of Castle Ravenloft.
Oh my god.
Okay. He goes, these are figures that I painted that look like each of you. And
Holy crap.
I know. Like, I did one for Patches, then he left, and Magnolia was hard as hell with all the blue and just the fur. Anyway, so he goes, here's the deal. You're going to wage an assault against Castle Ravenloft, okay? Here's how you get to it. The tricky part is the castle. There's no way of knowing where Strahd is in the castle itself. However, the hardest part is what Strahd has done to the land around the castle to get to it. And he puts the model down and he goes, around the castle is an abyss. Essentially, that's what it is. It's 50 foot from this mountain range that is just blank abyss all the way around the castle. And you look and you see this like mountain range that's kind of up and this darkened abyss pit. He goes, there's one entrance into the castle, okay? And it's one bridge long, okay? That is the only entrance into it. Now, you could fly, okay? However, there are these gargoyles along the top, and he points to 4, and he goes, that prevent anyone from aerial attacking the castle. You'd have to deal with the gargoyles in order to do any other assault. The mountaintops, you could probably fashion something, but it would have to be fashioned quick to get from the top of the mountain down at an angle over the abyss. You don't want to fall into the abyss. Supposedly, all of the zombified bodies of the people that Strahd has taken over are just walking around ad nauseum in this abyss over and over again. So you got to figure out a way to cross the bridge and get into the castle. Once you get into the castle, it gets even weirder. And he pulls the top off the castle, like stepping it off. He's like, there's plenty of places that he can be. The 3 biggest ones are this. There's a balcony that overlooks everything. It's where he would spend time with the love of his life, okay? He's either in there. There's a crypt where he was buried. His parents are buried. It's at the bottom floor. So the bottom floor has the crypt where he's at. The top floor has the balcony where he overlooks everything. It's where he lost the love of his life. There's one other room at the dead heart center of the castle, and it's basically a sitting room, okay? It's a long table. It's where he entertains guests and things of that sort. So you have to figure out how you're going to do this. If you're going to cross the bridge, you're going to have to be able to withstand attacks, because I'm assuming that he's just going to unload holy hell onto all of you. If you're going to figure out a way to sneak in, you got to figure out how to get up the mountain and then travel at an angle down into the castle itself. Once you get into the castle, it's anybody's guess as to where Strahd is exactly into the castle. Okay? There's 50 feet of distance from the edge to where the abyss is. Okay? So 50 feet from all that round edge. Okay? The bridge itself is 80 feet from start all the way across to finish. It's a much harder area to traverse from the bridge to the front door. Okay? He goes, however you guys decide to do this, I can help out a little bit, not a lot. Chance has resources as well that he can be able to lend. People at Barovia, some of the weresloths, we can send soldiers to help if you plan on fully assaulting the bridge, but that decision ultimately is going to come up to you. I know you have a lot of power, but this is everything. This is everything. This is Castle Ravenloft. This is the home of the Baron von Strahd. And he knows you're coming. He knows you've cheated death over and over again. And he's not holding back this time. So how do you want to do this?
You said that balcony is where he lost the love of his life, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
Because it's a long story, but essentially she fell in love with somebody else.
Okay.
And he didn't like it. And they've been sort of chasing around each other for a while, and he lost.
Can we use this?
You
Probably.
could.
Who did she fall in love with?
His brother.
We could use this.
You mean the elf guy?
No, that's his sort of adopted brother. His actual brother. He died a long time ago.
All right.
Just because he's dead doesn't mean we couldn't talk to him. Do you know where he is?
It's true.
He goes, that is a possibility. He goes, huh.
And what about
It's not
her?
that way.
Yeah.
Is she literally dead,
I
or
know, I'm too
because we could also
smart.
talk to her?
On a scale of 1 to 20, I'm sitting 22.
Harry goes right for the emotional. She's like, how can we mess him up the most emotionally?
Does holy water actually work on the vampires in D&D? I forget.
Okay, you take a little bit of time to you take a little bit of time to research vampires. You know a couple of things, especially with the brain trust here, and especially with his intelligence being as buffed as it is.
And
You
our
realize
sloth network.
there's a reason why certain things have made it over the years through pop culture and things of that sort. The wooden stake to the heart is real bad news for those guys. Sunlight is real bad news for those guys. Flowing water not only would affect him, but flowing water tends to affect most magic users. Yeah. It grounds the magic. It basically puts any magic user, including Strahd, at disadvantage for concentration checks on spells. So you can use the flowing water thing, but that is going to affect any magic user whatsoever. That's doing this. You hear Terry, who's just kind of been drinking and hanging out with everybody, going
Terry!
he'd be like, well, he'd have to die in order to go talk to Sergei.
Can you talk to him, Terry?
Sorry.
I mean, I was dead, but I'm back now. And I'd rather not die again.
His name is Sergei?
Well, yeah, unless you had someone that knew a way to traverse the plains of the dead.
Yeah. Do we? Do I?
Oh, she went back to the face.
No one here knows how to walk through the fog.
Oh, but we do know someone who can.
And with that, all of you turn back to look as a familiar-looking bugbear, clad in overalls, walks
And that guy broke me out.
Walks next to River and gives her a pat on the shoulder and says, you found him. Great. Y'all didn't play this game, did you?
No.
I don't know why we would. No.
I did.
Okay.
did.
One of us.
Well, who's ready to go talk to the dead people?
Technically, I talk to dead people every day.
Sure.
It's not a new thing, but yeah.
Let's go.
Patches.
We could trust him.
Patches comes forward and
Right.
grabs your hand, and as he does, he pulls Connie's soul out of his body with a little bit of fog, and the body comes falling down to the ground. You see River kind of run around and take Connie and sort of put him down, sort of close his eyes, and things of that sort. Goes, who else is coming?
I'll go.
Etheria, you watch as Patches kind of comes forward, and with a mist of fog, Epheria's fog-like soul comes out of her body with Etheria falling backwards. You see Chance kind of running forward and coming forward.
My soul's kind of spoken for.
He goes,
I'm down.
pulls you with,
I think
you watch as Esmeralda comes forward
Yeah,
and puts a hand to your face,
yeah.
and she goes, if you need to do it. I was planning on spending the rest of my life looking after you anyway. Doesn't matter if you're here or not.
Change your face, would you?
Okay.
You're welcome to stay as well.
Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna.
Dying seems like a deeply personal decision.
Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna watch the bodies. To
All
be
right.
honest, I'd like to stay and watch the bodies. So,
As you're talking, Connie's body sits up.
she screams.
and his hair just grows longer, and it's like, dude, beer pong!
Is it Sam?
His body's naked.
Connie,
I rolled the die.
Connie, you're looking down and you're just kind of frowning as it's like,
I'm back, baby.
Your chest bumping. Let's go.
No.
Forgets all of this. She's like, let's go.
Patches goes, we got an hour. Okay? We got an hour. That's it.
Have fun being dead.
You three stay. You two go.
I thought
No, I'm going.
three.
1, 2, 3.
Three went.
Patches is taking Etheria and Dawn into the land of the dead.
Right. Connie's going.
And
With
Connie's
Connie.
there, right?
Connie's right there.
Sid is staying
Yeah.
to play beer pong with Pyre.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out and hopefully get a little lore dump from Vecna. I'm like, what can I do to kill him? I got a couple ideas.
And that is where we are going to end tonight's session. With half my party traveling into the land of the dead, the other half staying in town, guarding the bodies from the veritable vampire assault. So next week will be a little mixture of some of you being in the room at the same time and others of you not. Those that are traveling to the land of the dead will be learning information, and then I will pull the other group in, and we will just flip-flop back and forth. We will try something new next week for the Strahd Strikes Back episode of our trilogy. Everybody bring snacks next week because there's going to be a lot of time kind of spent in and out of the space. So I want to thank you, amazing players, and thank you for this fantastic chat. That was hanging out tonight and supporting you all so much with your bets and things of that sort. And even though they are not here, thank you so much, Haunted Hostess, for your continued support throughout the Ghost Realm, for your continued support and amazing help. Your presence is always one that makes Cassandra say, and I quote, "Aw."
How dare you help me?
So that being said, remember, kids, you can be anything you want to be in this world, except for Strahd. Strahd sucks.
Sucks.
All right, love you. Hard hands out. And